What is going on, everybody? And I've been playing the new Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and I have to say, I've really been enjoying it a lot. So far, in my opinion, it has blown Unity out of the water. I'm only a few hours into the game, and I'm having more fun with this game so far than I did throughout my entire 30-something hour playthrough of Unity. Like, it's not even close. I have not encountered one horrible technical issue, glitch, or bug in Assassin's Creed Syndicate so far. So I am pleasantly surprised there. So if any of you are worried about any of that happened with Unity with this game, fear not. So far, I have not seen any issues with Syndicate so far. I mean, that could all change, but as of right now, I've not seen it. So, unfortunately, what we are going to talk about in this video is not really pleasantly surprising. In fact, what we're going to talk about here is actually kind of disheartening. And it's kind of sad. So, while I've been playing the game, I noticed something that was pretty interesting. There are gang hideouts in the game and activities like that, and you fight this rival gang. I think they're called the Blighters, if I remember correctly. And I noticed something that was different while I was infiltrating these gang hideouts and killing these enemies. I noticed some of the enemy gang members were women. And I thought that was kind of interesting. I'm like, okay, it's kind of new for the Assassin's Creed games. I'm murdering women. That's kind of interesting. I wasn't really expecting that. And when I first saw that, my first thought was, okay, I guess Ubisoft has decided to address the concerns that people bashed them with last year with Unity about not being able to play as a female assassin, which, by the way, I have to say it was a ridiculous argument that people made for not being able to play as a female assassin in Unity, because quite frankly, the main character of Unity was Arno, who was a male. That is why you couldn't play as a female assassin in Unity, because the main protagonist of the game was male. I mean, that's like me playing the upcoming new Tomb Raider game, and I'm playing it, and then all of a sudden I go, okay, this is fun, but, I really wish I could play as a male character in this game. This game would be a lot more fun if I could play as a male character. Why am I not being given the choice to play as a male character in this Tomb Raider game? I don't know. Maybe because the main character is Lara Croft, who's a female? Doesn't that argument sound stupid when you put it like that? I mean, that's what people were saying about Unity. It was a really dumb argument, but although Ubisoft didn't really do themselves any favor with their PR move back then, and I'm paraphrasing here, I don't remember the exact quote, but I think they said something along the lines of they didn't have the resources to make a female assassin, or something like that, which was a stupid statement to make because they already had a female assassin by that point. Her name was Aveline. She was in the Assassin's Creed Liberation game. But anyway, kind of going off track here, I just wanted to give some backstory there. So that was my first thought when I was killing female gang members in Assassin's Creed Syndicate. And then I did the gang hideout, and then your gang takes it over. One of the parts of the game is basically your gang versus the enemy gang. And I noticed something that was kind of strange. I noticed that about half the gang members of my gang and the enemy gang were women. And that kind of took me back, and I thought it was so weird, and I'm just sitting there going, this is kind of interesting and different. And the main reason I was thinking about that was because I love the Assassin's Creed series, and one of the reasons I do is because they do a really good job usually of being historically accurate. I mean, if you play the previous Assassin's Creed games and you go to landmarks in the past time periods, it actually gives you brief history on actual historical figures and landmarks, and I've always really loved that about the series. All of the games did that. I loved it. And unfortunately, what they're doing right here with Syndicate is not historically accurate. This is the late 19th century. Women didn't go around and engage in gang warfare. At least that I don't know about. I've never heard about any of that in recorded history. I mean, back then there was a class system. And unfortunately, women didn't have as many rights as men did back in that time period. So, I mean, I'm sure there were some exceptions to the rule. I mean, I'm sure there was a few maybe, but not as many as this game portrays. Like, you just walk down the street in this game and then you see a woman who is dressed like she belongs in the time period, and all of a sudden walk right by her as a female gang member. It just seems so out of place, and honestly, to me, it felt forced. And I'm sitting there thinking, why does this feel forced? And then today, I heard something. I heard that Anita Sarkeesian reviewed Assassin's Creed Syndicate. And I heard that Ubisoft gave her a review copy. You know, that is interesting, because Anita Sarkeesian is not a reviewer. At best, and I'm being very, very generous here, at best, if you take out all the stuff that she's lied about, at best, she's a critic. Not a reviewer, a critic. Which, honestly, there's a difference between objectively reviewing a game and just being a critic. And not to mention, she's never done a review before, ever. So why the hell would you give a review copy to someone who's never done a review before? I just thought that was strange. And then I'm starting to put the pieces of the puzzle together, and then I was like, you know what? As sad as this is to say, I just think that Ubisoft pretty much caved in to the demands of Anita Sarkeesian and her army. I have unfortunately predicted that this would happen. I predicted that, unfortunately, there's going to come a time when, and this is what I called it, the Sarkeesian effect is going to happen. Where she's going to have some type of influence over publishers and developers, and they're pretty much going to take her criticisms and try to alter their games based on her criticisms. And in my opinion, that is what has happened here with Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and I think it's probably going to happen to future titles. And this is sad, because it has been proven. I have personally myself have proven that Anita Sarkeesian is not a gamer. She does not like video games, she hates video games, and she doesn't play video games. She's on tape saying that. I have a video on this channel showing that, and other people have shown it as well. So why the hell would developers and publishers listen to this person over, I don't know, actual gamers and fans? It's disgusting. It's quite frankly disgusting. And I'm very, very disappointed in Ubisoft here for what they did. And unfortunately, I see this continuing. Now, is there really anything that we can do to stop this? No, unfortunately, there isn't really anything we can do to stop this. All we can really do right now is doing what I'm doing. Make videos, speak our mind, voice our opinion on the situation, and hopefully maybe somebody with some type of clout will listen. That's all we can really do. But it's just sad to see. It's sad to see the Sarkeesian effect actually happening in gaming. And like I said, I predicted that this would happen eventually, and I think we're seeing it right now. So, alright. I think that's about it. Just please let me know what you think about this. This really sucks. So, alright. Till next time, have a good one.